Barnaby the bear was a study in profound, though minor, despair. His spectacles were perched atop his massive head, yet he was searching for them down low, convinced that his entire day's purpose had been misplaced, along with a very particular, very small item. Rummage, he muttered, pushing a towering stack of leather-bound books. Mutter and rummage. From the narrow safety of the skirting board, Remy the mouse watched the commotion. Remy was a mouse of considerable courage, but of entirely usual size, which is to say, very small indeed. The bear's despair, though minor, was causing furniture to shift, and Remy's tiny heart beat a quick, nervous rhythm. The bear's frustration reached a crescendo, a heavy sigh that smelled faintly of old honey and damp wool. This will not do, Remy thought, straightening his whiskers. The great drama of the world, he knew, often missed the tiny truths hidden underneath. He took a deep, brave breath and squeaked, a sound like the opening of a very small, well-oiled locket. Barnaby stopped his rummaging. He looked down and saw only the toe of his own immense, slippered foot. "Oh, do be quiet," he grumbled, not unkindly, but certainly without interest, mistaking the squeak for the complaint of the floorboards. He sighed again, a sound that made Remy's fur ruffle. Remy persisted. He ran in a brave, swift dash, stopping right between the bear's big, furry toes. He squeaked again more insistently, pointing a small, determined paw toward the edge of a particular Persian rug. "Not the spectacles, not the large things," his squeak seemed to say. "It's about the small, overlooked thing." Barnaby finally focused. His massive head tilted. He lifted his foot, then lowered it gently. The button?" he whispered, his grumpy tone instantly softening to one of profound vulnerability. "It's a tiny, dull pewter button from my grandfather's old waistcoat. Silly to lose sleep over, perhaps, but it's the clasp to a memory." "Pewter," Remy squeaked knowingly. The rug edge was the key. It was a place only a very small thing could fully explore. While Barnaby stood guard, Remy scurried into the thick, dark fringe where the rug met the floorboards, a jungle of knotted thread for a mouse of his stature. There it was. Not glinting, not shining, just dull and perfectly still. A tiny, antique pewter button caught in a loop of dark blue thread. Remy pushed at it with his nose, and then, using his surprising strength, gave it a great, careful tug, freeing it from the snag. Remy pushed the recovered treasure out into the open, a minuscule offering to the immense, waiting bear. Barnaby picked up the button with the very tips of his enormous forefinger and thumb, holding it as if it were spun glass. "Thank you, small one," Barnaby mumbled. His gratitude was quiet, but it was honest, and deep as a winter stream. And so it was that an unlikely friendship, rooted in a mutual respect for the smallest and most easily missed things, began over an antique button. Barnaby finally remembered his spectacles and offered Remy a very small, perfectly toasted crumb of cheese. The studio felt warm and quiet again, now that everything was precisely where it belonged.